It's the weekend, and you know what that means. It's WWND.
Wrestling with Neurodivergence, you dumb whores.
And we're coming to you from the birthplace of Roderick Strong.
Ooh, I'm Amanda, and I have ADHD.
I'm Lisa. I have autism. That's our ref, Gary.
Hello, and I have the ADHD.
Let's get into it. We will be discussing the September 25th Dynamite episode, which was Grand Slam.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Indeed.
First, we have a bit of housekeeping to attend to.
Yeah, we do.
The September 21st collision had Mark Briscoe's word of the day. And we have a clip of that because we thought the whole thing was hilarious.
Yeah, so let me cue that up. Here we go.
Shenanigans! Shenanigans! Well, it's funny because even in the midst of these other three scallywags, I only see one single shenanigator. And that is you, Mark Sterling.
Shenanigator, is that the word of the day, Mark?
Close call, but you're way off. Because the word of the day is related to our equalizer for this shenanigator. The word of the day is Azuka!
What are you doing?
Yeah, my man.
Collaborators, there's only one way to equalize a shenanigator, and that's with an Asuka-nator.
All right, boys. In the ring. That's where the money's at, all right? We'll see you out there. We'll see you out there.
Oh, brilliant.
We also have an excellent segment that MXM did when they were discussing what they were going to do with Max Caster's jacket.
Yeah, let me play that for you guys next.
I bet you want to see what's inside, don't you?
I bet you want to see me zip this all the way down.
I bet you want to see us whip it out right in front of you.
But
Watch my tip.
MXM Collection's magnum opus can't come so soon.
That would be premature.
Oh, gold.
Yes.
Just gold.
Mm-hmm. So shall we touch tips and get this rolling?
Well, yeah,
Thank you.
we actually did.
Yeah, we
FYI.
did.
A lot of tip touching over here.
Yeah. We started off Dynamite with a match with Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson. The ref was Paul Turner.
Mm-hmm.
So Nigel comes out, and I liked the color of Nigel's gear, and he also got a haircut.
He always has to get a haircut, though.
He started out by saying, "I knew it. I haven't seen Bryan Danielson all day. The American coward just dropped the ball."
Ouch.
So then he tells Paul he wants a 10 count and then Bryan Danielson to be stripped of the title since Bryan didn't come out when Bryan's music hit. And then before we know it, final countdown starts and Bryan comes out. Thank you.
You're welcome. Years of pep band. Well, Bryan Danielson's the only reason I enjoy that song.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the only time I enjoy it because pep band
You're not the only one.
Crapped
I
it
mean, I've heard some other people say the same thing.
I honestly don't like the song at all unless Bryan, I'll listen to it and sort of enjoy it if it's his entrance music. But otherwise I'm like, oh, it's on the radio station?
Yeah.
Turning.
I'm lame and I love everything 80s, so I love it. But that's
Play it on a trombone hundreds of times.
fair.
In your own
Fair.
rendition because you can't memorize music and you're not great at the trombone.
No, you win.
So,
Yeah.
whatever. It's fine. Moving along.
Bryan has new gear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. He was a shiny little man.
Yeah. All his
God. He was. It was
all the
glowing.
scales. Yeah, all the scales were gold instead of silver, and the red was shiny.
Yeah. He was glistening and glimmering. I don't even know. It was majestic.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a dragon.
Like he was a dragon coming up out of the water.
Well, a shimmering dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
His braids were fresh,
Yeah.
if that's a thing.
Oh, he had to keep
Oh,
up
for
with
sure.
McGinnis,
Mm.
who's always
Well,
getting
he-
the haircuts.
He
so-
typically has
Yeah.
good braids though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But yeah.
So one thing that I noticed, which I guess is appropriate if you are familiar with this podcast, Nigel's trunks definitely accentuated his groin.
He also really played it up though. Because there
Yeah.
were several times when he was
Pointing.
drawing attention
Yeah.
to it.
True.
So
True, but Lisa has a really good point to that fact.
I will say that his trunks are more decent than the squid shart trunks that Jericho wears.
Yep.
yes, 100% agree.
from the dude point of view, it's like, number one, I don't want to be checking that out. But if I have to look, I'd rather look at that than some Jericho. Yeah.
I
There you
will
go.
say though, I liked the patterns on Nigel's gear because he likes to do magic, right?
Yes.
And the pattern also reminded me, like, it made me feel like he should be playing bagpipes in addition to his magic.
Oh, I can see
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like he's like a triple threat.
Ooh.
He's a wrestler, magician, bagpiper.
I don't know if the listeners could hear that, but even Ruggles got in on that and she was going, "Roo, roo, roo."
Well, she's Scottish.
True. That's a very good point, Amanda. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I thought that Nigel was in great shape. I need to
Oh,
know his
yeah.
workout plan.
No kidding.
He was. Yeah. I did feel like Brian seemed slower for him. Like, I'll cut you a break, buddy. Like, we're just going to go through it and do it. So, like, it felt slower, but
Yeah.
it was.
But I also thought that was because we're used to a faster pace.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And these two are very technical wrestlers.
Yeah. And my ADHD, like, goes much quicker.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay. Oh, look at you
Right.
doing a flippy do
There-
or
Mhm.
whatever.
There's a reason though that on the logo that the Amanda wrestler, the squirrel, is a luchador.
Right.
Yeah. And it's a squirrel.
Mhm.
I mean, it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just a black cat.
Fierce.
Fierce.
Very serious looking. Yeah.
I don't think that was a cat noise I made.
Yeah, it's close.
We'll go with it.
I purr a lot internally.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Anyway.
I feel like the MXM would be like,
I bet they have some good purrs.
Yeah. During the match at one point, Nigel pushed Paul,
Yeah.
the ref,
Oh, yeah.
and then got slapped by Brian immediately after. So was Brian defending Paul's honor?
I took it that way.
Mm.
From
Absolutely.
ref to ref, I took it that way.
Ah, good to know. Thank you for that
Yeah.
input.
You bet.
The way Nigel punches reminds me of how some mean girls fight where they just flail.
Well, I also felt like he looked he looked winded
Oh,
when
there
he
you
was
go.
doing his like slappy punches. Like, oh my God, like,
Right.
we got to end this soon. So yeah, I could totally see like him being like a middle school girl. Like that's just kind of mean. And
Mhm.
like, we're going to try this, but I don't really know what I'm doing. But like, look at us go.
It's been a long time. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Not that I could punch any better, but
Oh my God, no. I'm making fun of him, but like I would run across the ring like one time and be like, oh, okay, we're done. Just
I would
let
look
me sit in the corner for a little bit.
I would look at the ramp and be like, nope, I'm done. It's not
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
I'm winded.
It's like for a long time, like once a year, I would decide I was going to be a runner,
Mm-hmm.
and I would get to like the end of my driveway and be like, oh, that's right, this sucks.
Mm.
No, we're done. I'm done with it. So yeah, like I make fun of them, but they're doing way better than I am.
What massage technique did you really like?
I like it. What is it called when they?
Oh, the hammer and anvil elbows.
Yes, I think that would be fantastic on my neck and my shoulders. Like I have so much tension and tightness. Like I feel like that would be amazing. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're looking for some stimulation, some input. What was the neurodivergent?
sensory input.
Yeah, I think you're looking for
Mhm.
some sensory input.
Yeah.
Nigel said F you and tapped out. Now, there is some debate about this
Yeah.
because if you read his lips, it could be construed as he said thank you. And then Jim Ross immediately said, I think he said thank you.
Like, oh, I said thank you and tapped out.
Yeah. And then Excalibur's like, yeah, I think he did say thank you.
Which
But
doesn't track.
no.
Like that
No.
doesn't make any sense.
Like if you've talked smack about your opponent while you're on commentary
Right.
forever,
Right. Why would you be like, okay, well, thanks, buddy. Like
thank you for this match.
this was
No.
great. I'm happy I got,
But whatever, that's...
so
And then I have the hearing of a dog, okay?
like a really good hearing dog.
Right. And the sensors like to do this glitchy sound when their tech guy, when they're censoring swear words. And they did that
Yeah.
when Nigel was saying
The
F you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the thank you, in quotes. So that's why I think he said F you. And on Threads today, there were a couple other people that were like, guys, he said F you.
Well, doesn't that make more sense of like, F off, I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then tapped like screw you.
Yeah, like, all right, fine.
You win.
I did go back and watch it without any audio,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like he's mouthing F you. It does.
I just feel like that makes way more sense.
It does. Yeah.
Because like it wasn't like this thing of like they've been talking about like, hey, we should just do this one last hurrah together and it'll be so good. Nigel's been like, I'm better than you, blah blah blah.
You're afraid of me.
Right. And then it's like, okay, fine, off. Like,
right. Yeah.
I guess.
So that's what we think.
Yeah, that makes more sense to my brain.
After that happens, Christian Cage comes out in gear with a contract, and he gets out a pen because for some reason the contract isn't already signed.
Well, he's very dramatic.
He is.
Except I feel like the pen looked like it was a crappy pen.
It did.
It looked like it was just one of those like Bic stick, like the
Yeah.
ones that we got in the pack for like a quarter back in the 90s. So he could
There's no way that was a fine point pen.
No, he could be doing some extra work on his office supplies. I'm a little disappointed in Christian's quality of that.
He looks like he'd be a fine point pen guy, but
Right. He look
whatever, Christian.
or at least a Sharpie, like a nice like fine
Felt
line
chip,
Sharpie.
yes.
Yeah. Anyway, Christian.
Okay. And then Kip Sabian comes out behind him and steals his pen. So he can't. So Christian runs after Kip. And then behind the curtain, in his way, we see Claudio and Pac. And then Christian runs the other way. And I did notice that Excalibur said Kip has been looking for a father figure. So is Kip, by always showing up and basically needling at Nick Wayne and then stealing Christian's pen, is this his way of being like, hey, I need attention from who I want to be my new dad?
It could be.
I've been thinking that. Yeah.
I just really enjoyed that it brought about the importance of office supplies.
Yeah.
Because I really love a good office supply, and the pen was really the hero for me.
I can
There you
understand, yeah.
Even though I thought it looked like a subpar pen.
It was a subpar pen.
Yeah, but it's fine. It still rose awareness.
I am wondering, does Pac own any clothes? Not that I'm complaining, mind you, but
Does he like being that wet all the time? Like, I just would feel like icky.
ewy. Yeah.
Like, I don't
Like,
want to be
ugh.
like dripping all over all the time.
Yeah, I don't like having my hair wet
And do the
on
other
me.
people like being around him? Is he doing it just to irritate them?
Maybe it's an intimidation thing.
Oh, maybe. Never considered that.
I didn't either
Yeah.
just till now.
Maybe it's an intimidation thing.
I don't know, but it's gross. I mean, just for me.
I mean, I like
a-
to look at it.
But like sensory wise, it would. Ugh.
Yeah, if I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking like wet hair on
Yeah.
my back, and I
all
don't
the time.
like it.
And it's just like
Mm.
flinging
No,
around
thank
and there's
you.
like droplets. And
Yeah, no, now you're grossing me out,
Sorry.
Amanda.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I digress.
What did you think of the rap, Carrie?
Well, let me give you the rough rundown.
Oh, they do.
No, I actually, all in all, I think Paul did a great job. I had notes on particular when he was jumping in for the counts. He was, doing the slide in.
Gary loves
Doing-
to slide in.
He
I
does.
do. I feel like since some of the other refs have just stepped up to that game, like if you're not playing at that level, you're just phoning it in. I don't know. But
What
yeah.
if they don't like to be that dramatic? What if they're like, I just get there on my own time and I don't need to be?
Well, then they picked the wrong occupation.
All right.
I see where you're coming from. They should just go and be a ref at a high school wrestling event.
Some of them even
But
slide in. though.
AEW needs some flair. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, we'll agree.
Okay. So yeah, great match. I felt like Paul was getting more in with the hand motions and signals, so I was all about it. So A+ for Paul.
Nice.
Way to go, Paul.
My takeaway, I talked about it. Maybe Kip is looking for attention. I thought it was a good match, a good technical match.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. And again, office supplies are,
They're important.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Odometer.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go 7 out of 10.
Oh,
hmm
okay.
Thank you.
We're just ramping up.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It was an appetizer
Yeah,
in a way.
it was.
Mhm.
Something to wet your whistle.
there.
Maybe?
Yes.
It really was. I mean, watch out.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right.
Let's close this out.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go.
Our next match was Hook versus Roddy for the FTW Championship. Our ref was Bryce Remsburg. Hook's got great trunks. It's
Yeah.
basically a camouflage pumpkin.
Yeah. And I love that they are camo and then it's got the orange lining to like tie it all together. I feel like they're very like Wisconsin
Mm-hmm. Hunting season.
hunting. Like it's totally a Midwest.
You could reverse them if
Yeah.
you're going gun hunting.
Yeah. Like he's ready for everything. I mean, I don't know who's going to wear those shorts for gun
Right,
hunting, but you know, the weather's changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what people will wear.
His name on his trunks was the orange.
I love all of it.
Tied.
Like
it all tied together.
It's very stylish. Very stylish.
Roddy has new gear.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like everybody was just
New
coming
Gear
out
Day.
with like it's a fashion show.
I
Well,
know.
this slam was grand.
It
So,
was.
You know, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know enough about actual fashion things. I bet there's some kind of like fashion show that's grand. But I have no idea.
Either way.
This is our fashion.
Yes. Roddy had a nice jacket. It was given big DILF energy.
Yeah.
Mhm. And it was very interesting because it was like a shiny black, but then he had
Mhm.
this very not psychedelic, but like it was the silvery, shiny, like
Oh,
glimmery thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
holographic.
Yes.
Yeah, almost.
Maybe. I don't know. So like we have little stickers that are similar
Mhm.
with that. So it was
Not
very
iridescent.
No.
I don't
know.
words are hard.
Well, that's
Yeah.
very difficult today.
But like it was just like this like space alien glamour meets
Mm-hmm.
I'm a vampire kitten with the black. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I got like a whole weird vision in my brain that I don't know if
Now
other
I'm
people-
thinking vampire kittens, and I'm all about it.
Yeah. So like it was very
You
glamorous for him.
You got that, and I got just big DILF energy. So
Yeah. So different
very different
tracks.
perspectives. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Speaking of stickers, if you want a rad little sticker, contact us via one of our social medias that we will talk about at the end,
Yeah.
and we'll hit you up so that you can safely give us your contact information.
Yeah. No.
And I can send you snail mail, which is one of my favorite things ever.
Mm-hmm. We will, after this is published, put a picture of our rad sticker on Threads and our other socials. It's approximately 2 inches by 1 inch.
Yeah. But if you shout out to us on Threads, you know, that's awesome. Just don't do personal information. We'll contact you with a direct message or through an email. But that keep all the personal information in there.
Yeah. Or we'll just be like, shoot us an email, please, if
Yeah.
you're on Threads.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll use the finest of stationery.
She does
Ooh.
love a good stationery.
True.
Mhm.
Amanda, you think Hook has cool uncle energy?
I do. Like, I just feel like he would be a cool uncle.
I can see
because like
that.
Roddy's like the cool dad, like whatever. And then I think like Hook would be like, hey, like let's go. Okay, I don't know what cool uncles do.
Cool uncles take you to a ball game. Cool
Okay,
uncles.
I was thinking of ice cream, but like that's just me.
Well, no, if they're really young, yeah.
But yeah, like probably other cooler stuff. But I feel like he'd be a really cool uncle and like not all embarrassing.
Hook is really good with a kendo stick, and we were wondering if that's because of his lacrosse skills.
I feel like yes.
Yeah.
It's a transferable skill.
Yeah.
You can put that on his resume.
Mm-hmm. And then we have 3 CTE alerts.
Oof.
Be responsible, folks.
Well, it's all Hook. CTE alert 1. Roddy threw Hook into the ring post and Hook's head hit the post. I didn't even see him put his arms up. CTE alert number 2. Hook head butted Roddy. What are you doing, people? I mean, I know you can control like the velocity and
But
everything of
it's
your
never
head, but
good.
you're still
It's your noggin.
jostling your brain. CTE alert number 3. Roddy put Hook head first into the chair. Again, I didn't see him put his arms
No.
up, like they usually do to be like, oh, I hit my
Right.
head, but really you didn't.
So,
I'm going to pretend that he has like an invisible helmet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Roddy ends up tapping.
hmm
At the end, then, Roddy extends his hand for a handshake. They shake hands, and Roddy.
And they hug.
Yes, they hugged. And my thought about all of that exchange was because Hook made that one promo talking about how he respected Roddy, but then he lost respect for Roddy because of how Roddy was whining.
Yeah.
And then Roddy was like, I'm showing respect for you because it
Mhm.
was a good match. You did beat me. Because even Undisputed, or the other, like
Yeah.
Matt Taven and Mike Bennett,
hmm
left Hook alone
Yeah.
and got out of the ring right away.
I thought it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like that. Any sign of good sportsmanship, respecting your opponent, just in general, respect for the... Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Tell me about the ref.
Well, I'll give you a rundown.
Thank
There wasn't anything that really stood out other than it was a good, clean match, and Bryce did a good job. So he gets an A+, but there wasn't anything also that really jumped out at me. So, yeah.
My takeaway, I liked the match. I thought it was a good match, except for the CTE stuff. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Protect your head. Put your arms up.
Put your arms up. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's good.
Your take, Amanda?
I just really loved like seeing them be emotional and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, I love when they can show that they appreciate each other.
Mhm.
And it just makes my heart happy because it's showing like, hey, men have feelings too.
And it's okay to show
And it's
them.
like totally normal.
Mm-hmm. Thermometer.
Oh, yeah.
10 out of 10.
Ooh.
Roddy and Hook.
Well, with that, big DILF energy jacket, I mean, how could it be anything but a 10, I suppose?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hook's shorts are just on point. I just love his little shorts.
And his hair was still floofy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's close out this match.
All right.
So Hook gets out of the ring, and Tony Schiavone is right there with a mic. And Schiavone points out that in 1998, at an Elks Lodge 3 miles from Arthur Ashe Stadium, the FTW belt was born thanks to Taz. And Hook says all good things must come to an end. And on behalf of his family, he thanks the fans and the wrestlers who have competed for the FTW belt. Then says, at that very moment, the FTW championship is retired. He gives the belt to Taz, his father, and they hug.
Mm-hmm.
Taz is teary-eyed. And my takeaway of that, I liked it. I liked seeing Taz looked legitimately touched and emotional.
Yeah, I wondered if he knew that was coming or if it was a surprise for him.
That's a good point.
But yeah, he genuinely seemed touched, and that's cool. It is.
I like that they retired that belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's most fitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's very sweet.
But I'll tell you this, any belt that's born in an Elks Lodge, oh my God, that's epic. I mean, that's just... More things should come from an Elks Lodge. Anyway.
Thermometer.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, Hook.
Oh, there you go. And Taz getting choked up.
Yeah, again, emotion. Men showing emotion.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go, men. Take note.
Yeah.
He was being a good dad.
Yeah.
There's like nothing better.
Mm-hmm.
Have another match because this train
Oh my God.
just kept rolling.
No kidding. Choo choo.
Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher versus the EVPs for the Tag Team Championship belts. The ref was Rick Knox. We had Don Callis on commentary, which I always enjoy just because he is an epic heel to me.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Will and Kyle were in their coordinating gear, the United Empire gear.
Yeah.
I love the green.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting to see Fletcher in the green,
Mhm.
because he's always wearing red.
That red,
But
yeah.
he looked good in the green.
Mhm.
Good for him.
Matthew is going all out with the pearls.
Yeah, he had so many pearls. He was
He more than
channeling-
doubled down. He tripled down on that.
Mhm.
Well, I felt like he was channeling his inner like fancy bride / like prom queen, where we all put pearls and stuff in your hair
Yes.
in the 90s and early 2000s. And I just love like how they're very fluid in their expression. Like they're just very confident to be
Yeah.
like, no, I like the pearls and I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes my heart happy.
Nice little detail is I like that the EVPs have their faces on their pants.
I know. That's so fun.
Mm-hmm. The action sequences were really awesome. I like the timing, the coordination.
Well, that's definitely something you get with the EVPs.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are. I said this earlier. They're a well-oiled machine. Every time they're out, their timing is impeccable, and I appreciate how good they make their opponents look.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a dig on them. It truly is a compliment.
Yeah. And Ospreay and Fletcher were really good as well.
Oh yeah, I mean those guys can hold their own for sure. They
Right.
didn't need like the EVPs to hold them up, but but together, just it was so well done.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand how I always think Kyle Fletcher looks so much shorter than he is.
I know.
Like, I don't know what it is.
Because what is he, like 6'5"?
Yeah, but like, I don't feel like he looks 6'5".
I know.
And I would see him and I would fall right over. I'd be like, wait, excuse me? Who? No.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it
And
is
it's
about
not
that.
like he's with like a bunch of other really, really tall people to make it seem out of the ordinary. So like, I don't understand.
Does he slouch?
No.
Hmm.
Like
Oh.
there's no reason.
Yeah.
It's not like when we watched gymnastics and there was the Rebecca Andrade and I was like, oh my God, that girl looks like a giant and she's 5 feet tall.
Well, when you're next to somebody who's
Well,
4'11",
Well,
yeah.
right. But I'm like, well, she's really tall for a gymnast. And then it's like, oh, just kidding. She's really tiny.
Yeah.
Mind. But him, he's like a freaking giant. And I'm just like, he looks like he's 5'6".
Maybe it's just because he's so young looking.
Maybe.
Maybe. I
That
don't know.
could be, yeah.
I think also because I'm thinking like when there's younger boys and they're really tall like that, you can tell that they're still like learning in their body and like
Oh,
it's like not fluid. And for him, it just looks very natural. Like that's just how he's always been.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. I can see that.
I'll give that a think.
Callus then gives Kyle a screwdriver. Will stops him from using the screwdriver. He gives the screwdriver to Rick Knox. And then the Young Bucks each use a belt to hit Will and then Kyle. While Rick Knox has his back turned. And then Kyle? Yeah, kicks out from that, which I don't understand, but it happens. And the EVPs use the EVP trigger and they win. What do you think of Rick Knox's job?
Well, I gotta say, when you fall for Don Callis shenanigans, you don't get a good report from this guy. So before that, Rick was doing okay. But that's going to be a fail for falling for the shenanigans. And especially Callis. Come on, man. You don't fall for Callis's. You know that guy's all...
A shenanigator?
A shenanigate. Thank you.
But in the
Yes.
worst way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I thought it was an excellent match. That's my takeaway.
Well,
Although...
just to be clear, the match was excellent. It was just Rick Knox who fell short.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Although I'm not really sure who the Young Bucks could take on next.
I'm hoping the Outrunners, but at the same time, I'm afraid of the outcome. You know?
Fair.
I feel like the Outrunners need to have some more fun for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. I think that's a good point. Yeah.
They need to just keep building and being silly.
Yeah. Thirstometer.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 10 out of 10.
Okay.
You've got Will, Kyle, and Matthew.
Yeah. Nice.
Close this out.
Okie dokie.
We're going to have some fun now because we go backstage with Renee, and she is with the conglomeration with Rocky Romero. And they officially invite Rocky to conglomerate.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They also unveil a new conglomeration shirt. And they announce on Grand Slam Collision, it's the conglomeration made up of Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Learning Tree. Renee is looking excellent in all black.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn that the word of the day is vociferous.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Who wants to hear that?
I would love to hear
Yes,
Well, let me
please.
play it.
What's the word of the day?
Oh, shoot. Thank you, Kyle. The word of the day is vociferous.
Outspoken, blatant, noisy.
That's right. Noisy. Like this crowd here in Queens, New York, baby.
He knows how to play to the crowd.
Yes,
I
he
love
does.
that it's like, it also plays to my love of grammar and English learning. So it's
Yeah.
like word girl.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love it. It makes me happy.
I love a word girl reference.
Yeah. Check it
Shout
out.
Shout out to PBS.
I watched Word Girl even before we had kids
I know.
by myself.
Well, it's got some really talented comedians that are a part of it. So it's just fun hearing them.
Oh, so good. So Mark Briscoe's my word girl.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Takeaway. I am looking forward to that Grand Slam Collision match, but not because but also not because I'm probably going to see the squid shark trunks,
Ugh.
you know?
Always makes a
Yeah.
rough day.
But maybe it will continue the Jericho enlightening, so to speak, Big Bill as to why he should not be in the Learning Tree.
Yeah. If there was a Big Bill turn, ooh, that would make it worth it.
Right? And it's
Yeah.
going to be Grand Slam.
Yeah.
So,
The grander, the slammier.
mm-hmm.
Indeed.
And it's a chance to see more Rocky Romero.
Yeah, no kidding. I love that he's a part of the conglomeration now.
Yes.
So let me give you, I'll just jump into my part of it then. So yeah, first of all, bringing him into the conglomeration, genius, chef's kiss.
Yes.
Beautiful. Also, I loved the shirt. And one thing we noticed, because in past episodes, we've been saying, hey guys, we kind of get that Willow's in it, but they never really officially said. If I remember right, wasn't there a sketch that looked a lot like Willow on the shirt?
Yes.
So we're saying it's official. If she's on the shirt, it's official.
Yeah.
So that really sealed the deal too. One of the best promos to make me happy.
Mm-hmm. Thirstometer.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Rocky Romero.
Okay.
Alone.
Yeah. The trouble is, though, is like you want to enjoy a Diet Coke, but with all that azúcar.
It's okay. It's a Diet Coke.
Okay.
He's got just enough spiciness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should check out his Hey EW.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome.
It's wonderful. And I can say 10 out of 10 as much as I want because it's Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway,
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone introduces New York's own Prince Nana. So we get to see the dance. And Nana looks great in a striped sweater and jeans. And he's giving us an update on Swerve. And he says mentally there's nothing that can stop the most dangerous man in AEW. But physically he's not cleared to come back. But he's fighting to come back for each and every one of you, referring to the fans.
Nice.
All of a sudden, MVP comes out to interrupt the promo. And he talks about how Swerve is the most phenomenal talent to step foot in an AEW ring. His 2024 run will be studied. But why is Hangman, who burned down Swerve's house and then beat the crap out of him in the steel cage, walking around smiling? MVP sees that as a failure on his management, and that management is more concerned with coffee. And when Swerve is ready to be taken seriously, give him my card. And he hands Nana a business card that just says MVP on it.
Well, that's not very informative.
No.
Right.
I don't think they understand what business cards are for.
No. So I wondered if MVP would come over to AEW after he was done with WWE. Now we know he's in AEW.
Now we know.
Which makes me wonder, will Bobby Lashley be coming over to AEW? And I'm hoping so. I enjoyed watching Bobby Lashley when I watched WWE.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway.
It's a great takeaway.
I know you guys aren't familiar with
Correct.
MVP.
No.
The last that was my introduction to MVP because I don't go over to the WWE side. But either way, as far as meeting this dude for the first time, he had some great digs. He really knew how to stick it to Nana.
Yeah.
The comment about the coffee, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it.
Thirstometer,
Yeah.
I mean, 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Mainly just Nana.
Yeah.
Then we are shown a drone, footage
Yeah.
of the Scapegoat bus driving to Arthur Ashe Stadium, making its way for the Grand Slam Collision episode because Jack Perry has issued an open challenge for his title.
Yep.
We have a match. Yuka Sakazaki versus Mariah May for the AEW Women's Championship. Ref, Aubrey Edwards.
Ooh.
Yuka immediately jumped over the top rope to attack Mariah. I loved the colors of Yuka's gear. Her gear also looks comfortable. There's not like a lot of extra straps and accessories. Mariah was wearing the red, black, and white with the black spots. And I guess I when I saw it, I was like, is cow pattern, but it's leopard print.
And I immediately thought she looked like a sexy Cruella DeVille for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's all I could think of.
But it works.
It was like Dalmatian print.
Well, because there was some Dalmatian up in there, or some sort of spotted.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, it looked like.
And there was
what-
like red and black.
Yeah.
And she's British.
Right. So it looked like it would be like a slutty Cruella DeVille.
Yeah.
And then I love that it's like so different from
Yuka,
where like Yuka's like this cute little, like, she could be in The Last Airbender, like having tea with the old uncle. Like,
Yeah.
So wholesome and cozy.
Mariah's gear has so many extra elements. She's got that shoulder stuff. She's got the leg straps, a waist strap. She's got that hip thing. Like, I feel like
the hip thing?
I don't know. I feel like every time she comes out, she's got an extra thing with her gear. And I'm like, how do you deal with that? Rubbing against you?
It reminds me of, for a little bit, I used to work with some teen girls, and like they'd have these enormous keychains that like just had stuff everywhere. And I'm like, why is that? Why do you have that? Like, where do you put it?
I wonder how long it takes her to get ready.
I don't know. does she get help? Is this like
She's got to have
you know,
help.
like an 1800s thing where they have, people
Oh.
helping with
corsets and
Yeah.
such.
Yeah.
okay, let's put your arm stuff on.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh, no, I just
No, thank you. I mean, at least Yuka's pants look comfortable.
yeah. Like I feel like I could take a nap in those when I'm done,
Mm-hmm.
which that's pretty much my goal. Do a little work, take a little nap, have a snack.
Drink
I feel
some
like that
Diet
should be
Coke.
followed up with Get Down tonight.
Yeah.
Basically my life, yeah. I don't know what we're doing to get down, but sure.
The getting down is the napping more.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely, yes.
That's bedtime.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's the bedtime. So throughout the day, there's do a little work. You have a little snack, take a little nap,
hmm
and then get down tonight.
And then we nap some. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's,
The down is just a chill. Maybe watch a little Netflix and just.
yeah, that's my perfect day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, she married the right guy because that's kind of my style too.
Mhm.
I can confirm.
Yeah.
There was a CTE alert. That should just be its own sound on itself.
Right?
Us just sighing and like, why are you doing
We're
this to
so
yourself?
We'll do a
Disappointed.
special recording session of just a bunch of sighs, and then we'll put it on the soundboard.
Right. Mariah headbutted Yuka.
Why would she do that? Like Yuka's just this tiny little peanut.
I know. She doesn't even look like she would be able to pick up Mariah,
No,
and yet
and
she
she-
did.
I think
I
it's like
know.
magic pants.
Or she's got like extra muscular legs. That
Yeah,
are
maybe
just
maybe the
don't
pants
know.
are hiding how ripped she is.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like it doesn't even make sense like height wise how that works.
Mm-mm.
I would throw my back out immediately.
Mm.
Like, "Ooh, sorry, just kidding.
You'd fall
Abort
over.
mission, abort it. We're done. So sorry, that was a terrible idea.
Or one of Mariah's accessories like knocks you
Right,
off balance.
I bet you wouldn't you get stuck? Like I would for sure like put my arm in like somewhere and be like, oh, what is this?
I can't get off.
like, why?
Ah.
Stop putting your stuff on. Like, geez.
That little handkerchief thing on the
Right,
side of
it
her
would-
hip
it
like
would
hits
totally-
you in the eye.
It would
and
totally get
You're
stuck.
blinded.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
why she does it. Oh, that sneaky bugger.
Now
Around
we
to
know.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah,
We know the secrets.
No bueno.
I don't like it.
Well, Mariah won.
Yeah.
And then she went to hit Yuka with the belt, but Willow ran out to stop it.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's always a good day when Willow comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And she had like the best pants. She had like really cute jeans. I just loved them.
And really nice white top too.
I don't remember her top. I just remember I really loved her pants.
Right.
I don't
You
know how
remember?
people get like
Yeah.
cute
White top?
jeans.
Okay. I just for my clarity and sanity. Thank you for double
Yes, it
checking.
was a
Yep,
white top.
Perfect.
Well, I just loved her jeans.
Then Mina Shirakawa's music hits, and that caused a distraction, and Mariah was able to hit Willow with the belt.
Oof.
Mina looked really concerned with that, and she looked very conflicted.
But then she's still like,
Well, then she allowed Mariah to pick her up and twirl her
yeah,
around, and it was
it's-
like, okay,
I feel like it's a very toxic relationship.
probably.
Yeah.
So if Yuka is in Avatar: The Last Airbender and our little forest fairy,
The other one is like a slutty business lady.
she's a little
Yeah.
business fairy.
Yeah, like she works like in the bank.
She's the business bitch.
Yeah, like she's the one that's trying to take over the forest.
Yeah,
So like,
she wants to.
She's trying to foreclose on them.
yeah, and it's like, what are you doing? That's terrible.
We don't even have a mortgage. It's a forest.
They're like, I don't care. I'm taking over.
She's there with the bulldozer to
Yes,
like level the
that's-
forest.
Yeah, that's what I feel
It's
like.
like a new version of Fern Gully.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's what I'm
Yes.
thinking. Yeah, and it's very weird. And she's got this bad relationship
Oh, yeah.
she needs to escape. So that's where my brain was.
And all along, all she needed to do was join Yuka in the forest.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Like it would be because she looks like she'd be so cute. Like she could totally fit in. Like I think she'd be like a little flower fairy.
They did stare at each other.
Right. So like I thought there was gonna be like, oh look, they're gonna join forces and be like, Mariah, you're not nice. Like you go away with your Cruella de Vil-ness.
Maybe they will.
Maybe.
That's
maybe.
my hope.
We'll see.
'Cause I feel like they could be cute. They could be a cute little duo.
Give me a rough rundown, sir.
I would love to. So, Aubrey did a phenomenal job. One thing I really noticed about her is when there's nothing going on, she just will have this pose that just shouts positive energy. And I'm just like, oh, Aubrey. She's completely confident that she's in control of everything, and good for her. But
Mm-hmm.
the post-match shenanigans, where were you, Aubrey? Come on. So I'm still gonna give her a B because she did a great job during it, and maybe afterwards she had something else to take care of. I don't know, but
We never know what's going on for other people.
never know.
It's a very trauma-informed lens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice.
My takeaway, it was a good match. I wanted Yuka to win, obviously, because I think she's just adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I thought her voice was too high-pitched prior, but then she and Willow did like a little backstage segment that they had on social media where she was like, son of a bitch. And I just thought it was the cutest freaking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I adore her now.
Yeah, that's good.
So Thirstometer.
Yeah.
9 out of 10. You had Willow. I think Yuka is adorable. Mariah's pretty. She's just not my type.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's close out this match.
All right.
Thank you. That brings us to our main event. Mox versus Darby for Darby's AEW title shot. Our ref is Bryce Remsburg.
Did Bryce do something already?
Yes.
Oh, look at him.
Mhm.
Hard-working man.
Yeah.
He is.
Do they get paid overtime for that? I wonder what the benefits
Gotta
are.
ask Tony.
Right? Mox looks great in that camo jacket and those olive pants.
And he has a little crown on his pants.
Yes, it was
Like,
gold.
it's all those like little details coming out today.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Darby's skateboard deck, the bottom of it has Mox's face, and there was half of it was a skeleton face. I thought that was cool.
It was a really
That was
cool
a really cool skateboard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mox
was
is
a good
growing
touch.
a goatee.
Oh, is
Nice.
he?
He is, because I noticed like he had his scruff, his stubble,
Mhm.
but then like,
More
yes. hmm
more in the mouth region.
Yes.
There's a lot going on in Darby's mouth region
Oh God.
Yeah.
for this whole match.
hmm
We'll get into that.
Okay, so on my rewatch, not only does Darby have his shoes taped, like
Mhm.
around the toe area,
Oh, okay.
where I'm like, dude, just buy new boots.
Oh, so they're not. It's like not like a strategic thing. It's like he needs new shoes.
Right. Like Jack Perry's during All
Got
Out.
it.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it does make sense though, like that he's very frugal with that because he has had that pink sweatshirt that's a little rough
Yeah.
for a long time.
But okay, if you're looking at the TV, it would look like his right leg to us, okay? His shorts look like they're tearing up the side on the seam,
Oh yeah,
okay? It looks like I think he's taped it around his thigh to hold the shorts together, because I was like, what am I looking at right now? And it's not like KT tape.
mm-hmm.
It's
Tape.
like, it's tape, white tape.
Mm.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, just
But you know,
dude.
maybe he's neurodivergent, and we
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I read something, and I swear.
Oh no,
he's
that's
got-
cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
If
Yeah,
you have a
that-
source,
I
yeah.
wasn't being like sarcastic. I was
No,
just
Right, we don't want to out
I'm
anyone
pretty
here.
sure
No.
that he
We don't-
that he had ADHD.
okay.
But like we love things that are comfortable and we're
Yes.
familiar. Like
Yes.
I wore the same cleats from 7th grade until I was 20
Mhm.
because I didn't want to get new ones and break them in because I thought it was a waste of money and I just didn't want to deal with it.
I understand.
So maybe that
Would
kind of his
explain it.
thing.
That would explain it, because
And maybe he's just really fiscally responsible because he knows he's not going to do this forever because like
he
his
knows
body, like,
he's
cannot.
said, yeah, he's not going to do
so
this
he's
forever.
like I'm not going to bother with this investment of
Mhm. Ring gear.
all these fancy gears. I'm just going to
The neurodivergent comfy stuff makes sense, because I cannot tell you how many t-shirts I have that are starting to get holes in them, and I refuse to retire them
well,
Mhm.
right? Like
because they're comfortable.
right. Like they're finally just right where they're supposed to be.
Right? Except I'm getting holes in the armpits and I don't know how to sew. So it's like, Lisa, go through your closet and just find the good t-shirts.
We have a
and
sewing machine.
Just switch them out.
We'll help you out.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm turning into Darby is what's happening.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Mox flipped off the ref and Darby just started bleeding right away.
Yeah, he was like there's a lot going on in his mouth.
Well, I think part of it was a blood capsule.
I hope to God because there was a lot of fluid coming out of that man's mouth.
Marina, oh, chef's kiss. Looking beautiful.
Yeah.
The black, the sheer top, it was very classy.
Mhm.
we did think Darby got like the blood stuff on the butt of his trunks.
It looked like he had like period stains.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided that if Darby was a person who had periods,
Mm-hmm.
he would just free bleed.
Definitely.
Because he would just be like, yeah, what's with it?
Yep.
My uterine lining is shedding and deal with it.
Yep.
And I really appreciate that about him.
Yeah. Darby is a spider monkey in his period trunks.
I felt like he was like a cat.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Like he's just cat-like.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if he has ADHD, but I swear to God, I read it somewhere.
Marina helped Mox get his arm out of the ring post.
Yeah, that was interesting. I
It
didn't even know that you
was.
could put your arm in there.
Yeah.
How did it even get there?
Darby,
Darby
put it in there.
I know, but like I missed that somehow.
He just spider monkeyed it in there.
Yeah.
He's got a meaty arm. He must have like really had to like shove that in there.
He was looking really good. Like even you mentioned, he looked like he put on more muscle.
Yeah, like it seems like, I don't know, like his pecs were like
Bigger than normal.
inflated.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had like a push-up bra on for his pecs, except he wasn't wearing a shirt. So it's very confusing.
Not to me, but all right.
Fair.
Marina stood in front of the chair that Darby got out so he couldn't use it against Mox. And then she started beating on Darby while Mox has the ref distracted. Because, I mean, that's why you have somebody out in your corner. Although, yes, you are right about the cat thing because at one point Jim Ross says that Darby is like a cat.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. He did. Yeah.
Mox has Marina pull up the pads around the ring. And Amanda,
yeah.
at one point, you said, do you think she would rip up our carpet?
Oh yeah. She was efficient. Like she was fast. And
Yeah.
also I bet she could move all of my crap from
Right.
the
And we
basement
do
real
need
fast.
to
She's
need to move
very
all our
strong.
stuff and rip up the
Mhm.
carpet. So
She wouldn't even have a backache when she's done.
Mm-mm. When Darby went through the ropes and landed on the covering that protects the tennis court, the sounds that we made because
Oh,
Mox moved and we were just like, oh,
Yeah.
like in a much louder volume.
Yeah. That ugh.
And then when he like hit the
Awful.
ring steps right after when Mox threw him on the,
mhm.
yeah.
Like there's no way. Like I don't even care how good you are at falling or taking bumps. Like no.
I liked that the fans started chanting, "You can't kill him."
Mhm.
'Cause it's impossible.
I guess.
Yeah.
He's a cat.
Yeah.
He's got all the lives.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
How many lives do you think he's down by now though?
I don't know.
Like for real.
Well, he's only lost a coffin match once, right?
Yes.
So he's down one?
God. It's a rough cat.
That is like an alley cat mixed with a barn cat.
Right. Yeah. He's feral for sure.
Oh,
He is a feral cat.
Darby was doing that spittle thing.
Oh.
Amanda, you were so funny. You were like, ooh, ooh, that's so much fluid.
It was so gross. And then like he kind of like had like a smile, like it went ooh. It was like it wasn't even it was like an orangey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Ugh.
weird because the period blood on the back of his,
Yeah.
on his butt
Yes.
like dried to an orange color. That's why I'm like,
Yes.
that was a blood capsule.
Yeah,
'cause the
that
period
makes a lot
blood
of
does not
sense.
become orange.
No, it does
Human
not.
blood. First
But-
of all, it would still be red, but
Yeah.
and then when it really does dry and get old, it turns brown, not
Yeah.
orange.
But oh god, it was just like it was like foamy. Ugh.
I know. It was
It was a lot
weird.
going on. I was no.
Mox won,
Yep.
of course,
Yeah.
because it's Mox. Come on.
Well, he's like all business.
He is.
Like Darby's just like I'm scrappy.
I
And
know.
Mox is like I'm just gonna take this now.
Yeah.
We're all done.
Yeah. Like at one
Like,
point
it's
he
like-
gets out of the ring and like starts jumping around and loosening
Mhm.
himself up. And I'm like, you're going to just kick his butt.
It reminds me of like when a toddler throws a tantrum in a grocery store and the parent just picks them up
and walks
and
out.
just walks out.
Yep. Leaves their
Like-
groceries like right
and
where
like
they
the kid
are.
is flailing and it's like, nope, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
That was him.
That's exactly what it is.
A really good analogy.
Yeah.
Mhm. So after the match, Bryan Danielson runs into the ring
Mhm.
and wraps a tie around Mox's neck. Now, the tie looked blue to me. I've seen other people say it was purple. I think on my rewatch, it looked sort of like an iridescent bluish purple.
Okay, I'm not good at remembering colors, and in my head it was red.
Oh, it was definitely not red. I love you, but it was definitely not red.
I would be a terrible eyewitness. I used to practice. Like when I would have to walk into work, I would practice like, ooh, I see this person. Let me try to remember everything I can and then quiz myself. And I was wrong every time. Like 5 seconds after looking at it. So yeah, this proves it.
Okay.
So don't ask me to corroborate anything because I will not know.
She would be the worst alibi witness
I
ever.
would be. I'd be like, they had a face, maybe. I think they had hair.
Well, at least you went with something pretty safe there.
Yeah.
The hair is iffy.
But
yeah.
More people have faces than hair.
I have my brain does not have pictures like that. It's words.
But Marina then jumped on Brian. Then Claudio and Pac came out. Pac is still in gear and wet.
How is he always wet?
I don't know. I think he just pours water over himself.
AEW has somebody who just follows him with a water bottle. Yeah.
Like they spray him like a cat?
Yeah.
Yes, I want to
Except
think
he likes
that.
it.
Does he really like it though? Like, do you think he has a preferred water temperature? Like if you're going to
room temperature.
Dump water on me, can you make it a little warm?
Room temperature, yeah. Because I don't ever remember seeing him with hard nipples.
Yeah,
I don't know why I have that.
I mean, I don't have that memory.
I mean, it's logical. You're right.
I'm sorry.
No, I like it. I chuckled because I'm like, you can't argue with that. That's actual logic right there.
I'm probably wrong, but
I don't recall. But again, I just told you all how I'm not a good witness.
And why would I remember weird details like this? What's wrong with me?
It's the autism, Lisa.
The autism.
Well, why does my autism remember weird things like that?
Because it thinks it's important.
Oh, that's great.
It doesn't filter it as much. It's fine.
It was a warm day. I could tell by his nipples. Oh, okay.
Right.
There we go.
It's logical. It's a logical, educated guess.
Oh, God. Anyway, Private Party runs out with Commander.
It got all sorts of crazy.
To help Brian. And then Brian says, Mox, if you want a war, I declare war.
I have a clip of that if you want to hear it.
Yes.
All right.
Mox! Mox! You said you wanted war. I declare war! Here's the thing. You want a shot at my AEW World Championship? You got it. Me and you at Wrestle Dream. And I'm going to kick your...
So there you go.
Always
Clever audio
when
work.
Brian has the F word.
I know.
Because he is wholesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did say he would kick Mox's effing head in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Effing the full word. Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense in my brain. It's not congruent. He's a vegan and likes to garden.
Yeah.
And then he wants to kick someone's head in.
Yeah. Well, he's
incongruencies.
He's a complex man.
Yeah.
I suppose we're multifaceted.
Yep.
Yeah. What'd you think of the ref?
So Bryce did a good job. It got crazy at the end, but then again, with all that, I mean, who could blame? Who could stop that?
Right.
Yeah. So he's still gonna get an A from me.
My takeaway. I of course loved this match. I love when Mox has matches because I know I'm gonna see blood. I know I'm gonna see violence. I love it.
I just appreciated Darby's cat-likeness.
Understandable.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway.
I'm wondering what's going to happen at Wrestle Dream.
Right. Yep. Yeah. No, it's a good setup for that for sure.
Because Mox and Brian were the first 2 official members of the Blackpool Combat Club. So yes, I could see Mox retiring Brian.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, I could see Brian possibly defeating Mox.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that.
Really?
No.
Elaborate.
Because Mox just
it's just an unstoppable
he's
force.
An uncaged animal right now.
Yeah.
It's like that. I just don't know what I'm going to do, and I'll do anything. There's no winning that war.
Like a cornered wombat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just going to lash out and also like his pecs are like bigger than ever. Like I don't even understand. Like I don't know what he's doing, but like he's doing it.
He's hiking.
I'm guessing it's just healthy living. You know, he's just making good choices and his body's
Brian
reflecting
is
it.
He's all healthy and
No, you're right.
whatnot. But I don't know. I feel like Mox is like
He's
really in it to win it.
He's in it to win it. I agree with you.
Plus, he's got Claudio, Pac, and Marina.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah.
So
And
who's to say they're not going to cause shenanigans during
Oh,
the match?
absolutely.
I would like to say I would really love Marina's arms.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
She has beautiful arms.
Mhm.
Although she scares me and I would never stop if I saw her. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
I would because I'd be winded.
Right.
I'd just be like, just do what you got to do.
Interesting.
Like if we were to encounter her on the street, I would like avoid all kind
Just
contact.
push me in the way.
Be like, okay.
Just trip me. I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah, because
I'll
scared of her.
understand.
that'd be great. Thanks.
Not a problem. I'm willing to take the beating.
Okay, thanks.
I'm multifaceted. We'll leave it at
That's
that.
friendship.
I'm on blood thinners. I can't like handle like she'll punch me and that's it.
I rate her a 10 out of 10. I'm willing to take this beating.
Perfect.
Just look, Roderick will just pop out of nowhere and be like, whoa. And he'll help
I
you.
would stop him. Like he doesn't scare me. He's fine.
Thirstometer.
There we go.
11 out of 10.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Mox.
I'm going to set that off again because we broke 10.
I feel like that's when you shake it up and it like.
Oh, yeah. I need to get a sound effect of that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's close this match out.
All right.
All right. Bitch count. We're at 0, but we did get 2 F-bombs.
Yep.
One from Nigel at the end of the match with Brian, which I say, yes, that's what he said. And then from Brian when he tells Mox that he's going to kick his head in.
Yep.
CTE count 4. 3 with Hook and Roddy, 1 with Mariah and Yuka.
Oof.
Make better choices.
Please. Wrestler of the night. Who do you have, Amanda?
I have Darby
Why is that?
Oh.
because I felt like he showed a lot of resilience per
Mhm.
usual. And for me, like I just started a new job this week
Mhm.
and I have been like drowning in information and I feel like I'm foaming at the mouth a little bit. Just
Yes.
a lot fewer body fluids for me, but I resonated with him.
I have 2 of them.
Mm.
Roddy and Hook.
Ooh.
They were both willing to show emotion, which
Yes.
is really hard for me to do.
Nice.
They were very vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. And I do not have an easy time being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I feel like it was extra vulnerable because they're both very sweaty and then they touched chests,
Yeah. I don't even like to touch.
right? And they were like, bring it in.
Yeah. And I was like, ugh, how do you do that?
And I appreciated like Hook was, you could tell he was a little sus about it. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. And I felt like Roddy like really made himself vulnerable by being like, I'm just going to hang
Yeah.
out here and like wait for you
I'm
to
gonna
come
do the
to me.
I'm going to do the 2-arm tug.
like,
and Hook was just
it
like,
was nice. They really like put themselves out there.
mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so do I. Ref of the night.
Yes. Well, I had Paul Turner as the ref of the night.
Ooh.
And I had that because I did notice in his match, he took lots of extra time to check on people after certain moves. And I think that caring is much needed.
Who is your D-bag of the night, Amanda?
Ooh, my douche of the canoes of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Christian Cage
Why is that?
because I was really feeling for Brian when he was done with his match. And then I
Yeah.
was like, ugh, come on, buddy. Like, you're such a booger. Like, don't come out now. And I understand it's strategic and, like,
Yeah.
it totally makes sense. But I was just like, ugh, I'm so disappointed.
Andy had the subpar pen.
Right? Yeah. So, like, it really didn't win me over. But it was just, that was my, I get strategery, but it was still like, ugh, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to always do that.
Yeah.
So that's
No,
my,
that's a good point. I think you really backed that up really well.
Who's your D-bag of the night?
Well, my D-bag of the night is Mariah May.
Ooh, why is that?
And I have that because, it's one thing to come after someone after you're upset, but when you won and then you kick them when they're down, come on.
Yeah.
And then when Willow comes out to help your friend, you try taking her on. No. Just stop it.
Yeah.
I agree. Also, who loves anybody that's like wearing Dalmatians?
Yeah, killing puppies is just really a D-bag move.
It's very much frowned upon.
Yeah. My D-bag of the night, and this was unintentional by them, but it was Mina. Because she is the one that caused the distraction that allowed Mariah to hit Willow with the belt.
Yeah.
And frequently people accidentally do D-bag moves.
And was it unintentional?
And we didn't know.
Like, was it on
Yeah,
accident?
we don't even know yet because that story hasn't played out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe it was strategic.
Could have been.
And she was just like, I'm going to pretend to
Are
look.
we talking D-bag strategery?
Maybe.
Ooh,
Possibly.
I feel like I'm channeling Briscoe right now.
I felt it. I felt that.
Yeah. What is our neurodivergent fun fact?
So I am still like going with the workplace accommodations or even accommodations for school, because I think that's really important for folks with our brains. So one of the accommodations that we can maybe look for, or even, like if we're looking for a job or something, like keeping this in mind. So having a flexible schedule. Because a lot of times we might have sensory overload during the day. Our brain might, like some of us need to wake up a little bit more in the morning. So like starting right at 8 o'clock might not work well for us. So if we can flex our time a little bit, that can be helpful. Being able to get up and walk around and take breaks as needed can be really helpful because it's hard for a lot of people with ADHD to just sit still and be in one space, which I've been doing for the last 3 days. And it's been a challenge. So being able to like walk around and daydream and just kind of let your brain free flow is important. And autistic folks may struggle from having too much stimulus with a really strict schedule and need time to decompress. So a lot of us thrive in remote work because we are like, we can make our little cave of wonders however we want it to be, or just being able to like choose what you do. So like some people like maybe working outside is really great because it's helpful. So flexible scheduling can be helpful.
I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, with the conversations I've had with Lisa, I know flexible schedules are a big thing for her.
And like knowing what to expect.
Yes.
It's a big thing. Like I know for me in my job, like I appreciate when I can say I don't want to see anybody before 9 o'clock because I need that time to kind of like settle in, get my brain in the right space, because I also know that for me to say like, oh, we'll just get there at 7:30 when your day starts at 8. I'm like, but my day doesn't start at 7:30. My day starts at 8.
Right.
So no, thank you.
Right. My day starts at 8 and I try hard to never schedule a meeting before 9.
Yeah.
And I know for me personally, I can only do so many things.
Absolutely.
During a day. Like if I have to go grocery shopping, that's my
the event.
thing.
Yep. Yeah. And like
that sounds like some spoon rationing.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and like also for ADHD, we sometimes have like weight paralysis. So it's like time management can be really tricky where we think things might take longer than it's supposed to, or we don't have time. So like if I have a meeting at 2, I might not be able to do anything. So it's like, oh, but if I start this, then I might not be able to finish that. And then I'm going to be late for this meeting at 2. And it feels really crappy, but it's all executive functioning. So understanding that and giving yourself some grace can be helpful. So yeah.
Nice.
Good
Thank
to
you.
know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for letting me share.
Well, thank you for sharing.
I could talk about it all day. I won't though.
Right. You're not getting paid here.
Absolutely not. I'm not. But I can get stickers.
Yeah. How can a person get a sticker again, Lisa?
To get a rad little sticker, reach out to us on either Threads. We are at WWND Pod, or on Instagram, Instagram.com/WWND Pod, or on Facebook at Facebook.com/WWND Pod. and let us know you would like a rad little sticker.
Well, let's say I'm old school and I just want to send just an email.
Then email us at wwndpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, nice.
And we will reach back out to you to get your contact information. But please do not put your contact information out in a public forum.
Yeah.
If you contact us on Threads, for example, we will contact you back and be like, hey, shoot us an email at wwndpod@gmail.com so that you can give us.
And you can put in requests. If you want me to like give you a really lame joke with your sticker or draw a penguin, I don't know, like my drawing's limited, but that might be fun.
Draw a picture of Lisa just with a big pack of Diet Coke.
That is not in my wheelhouse, but we can try.
I'll make it work.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I could draw a Diet Coke.
It's going to be like a bowling ball with a 2-liter. A pear with a 2-liter.
Be nice.
I am.
Like that. Okay.
It would be a sexy pear.
Oh, there you go.
I could draw a pear.
There you go.
All right.
Put some long hair on it.
Okay, I could do that.
T-shirt and jeans.
Yeah, okay, well.
We're ready to go.
It'll be interesting.
Heck yeah. Also, programming note. Next week, we may or may not have an episode because our ref will be out of town, and we're going to try really hard to teach me how to record an episode using the board, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it.
Well, either way.
So we might just thread.
Yeah, so we might just thread, but we'll keep you updated on the socials.
Yep, sounds good.
But thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to whenever we're able to join you again. We will be threading for Rampage and Collision per usual.
Dead air.
Thank you for listening to WWND, Wrestling with Neurodivergence, a Podcast Ahoy production. The producers of WWND are Lisa Rudd, Amanda Putnam, and Gary Putnam. Recording is done by Gary Putnam. Editing is done by Lisa Rudd. Check out our social media for updates on upcoming pods and for clips and other media referenced in this episode. Links and information can be found in the episode notes. Thanks again from everyone at the WWND family.